Chapter 356. Nahan's gaze swept over the moderate faction of awakeners, answering with an expressionless face. They quickly lowered their heads to avoid eye contact with Nahan, due to the rumor that meeting his gaze would cast them into an illusion. In reality, the ability was only effective within a specific range, so whether or not they met his eyes, it had no relation to the manifestation of his power. But Nahan said nothing. Instead, he spoke other words. I asked earlier what you were doing while all the awakened brothers and sisters of Tenu were suffering. I have been reading documents bought from upper management connected to the Tenu operation, searching for information. It's almost finished now. Nahan's gaze moved meaningfully towards a stack of papers beside him. Even now, there are people out there filled with intentions to imprison and sell our brothers and sisters like objects. How long must we leave them alone? The more we ignore it, the more victims like Urshi will arise, unable to fight back and dying. The eyes of the moderate awakeners wavered at his smooth, flowing voice. They too had fled their homes and arrived at the Star of Nagran, knowing the suffering of their comrades better than anyone. The current inconvenience is nothing compared to that. Soon, Urshi and other brothers and sisters will step forward to rescue the victims of human trafficking hidden in Tenu's household. So, bear it until then. The moderate awakeners lost momentum at his seemingly unobjectionable words, while those following Nahan straightened their shoulders with a solid expression. It seemed like the battle's conclusion had been reached. But then a young man who was among the moderate quivered his lips and spoke. Nice words. Bear it? What exactly? Driving away those we lived with, killing people. All we will end up doing is revealing our existence we tried to hide. To my eyes, you're just gathering the strength of your comrades to instigate Urshi to take revenge on Tenu's house. Does this sage know how big this has gotten? That's right. Fueled by the anger shout, the moderate awakeners muttered in agreement. The sage I know wanted to create a quiet sanctuary for us. If he knew what you're doing here, I wonder, will anything change if he knows? Nahan retorted, having been listening silently. The moderate awakeners closed their mouths again. What? Brothers, it seems like you have stayed in sanctuary too long and don't remember, but think about it. A twisted smile appeared on his half-scarred burnt face. Did the brothers come here voluntarily? We were all saved by the hands of our brothers and sisters. The Star of Nagran was started that way from the beginning. His voice, so calm as to be terrifying, resonated. We rose to save ourselves and our brothers and sisters. We are just doing the same thing now. Nothing has changed. The sage entrusted me with this matter, so I'm handling it my way. Is that wrong? However, the young moderate awakener did not back down from Nahan's words. Your words are always clever. Is rescuing comrades who have been victimized and coming together the same as killing innocent non-awakeners and waging war with Tenu's house like you? Don't make me laugh. You are just a vengeful ghost. Nahan rarely had a moment of silence. Everyone thought that for the first time, he might show anger towards another awakener. But a moment later, he simply exhaled a long breath and offered a kind smile. Yes, my brothers, if it is too difficult, I recommend you head to the safe southern base. I understand that not all my brothers and sisters can move with me. Nahan closed his mouth and said no more. In the end, the moderate awakeners had to leave the room without gaining anything, as if being driven out. Damn it! A young moderate awakener, filled with frustration, pounded the wall and hung his head, taking a deep breath. It's always cunning words with him. I lost Marty because I was fooled by his tongue. What else does he intend to do here? Calm down, Robel. Other moderate awakeners gathered around him and offered words of comfort. The fact that we couldn't find Marty's body might mean she's still alive. Those guys said they didn't kill them. If Nahan used his abilities, even a healthy person will smash their head against a wall and commit suicide. What difference does it make that they didn't kill her immediately after falling victim to such a horrifying ability? The man called Rubel pounded the wall a few more times to suppress his anger. If they are not with the security management team, where the hell are we supposed to go? Hey Rubel, how about we go south and inform the sage of this matter and ask for his help? One of the moderate awakeners beside him whispered. The probability is high that he doesn't know things have escalated this far. So, if we ask for help, won't he surely assist us? Don't talk nonsense. That's exactly what Nahan wants. You still don't understand, even after being fooled once? Robel yelled out, denying the suggestion. Those bastards want us to leave here. That way they can handle matters as they please. ... The moderate awakeners looked at each other's faces powerlessly. Ever since the news of a traitor among the non-awakeners and the rapid cleanup operation, many who were originally close to the moderate faction has begun to think Nahan was right. Now, only about half a dozen, including Robel, were left to look for the expelled non-awakeners. Most of them had deep connections to the expelled. Having belatedly gathered some information, they went to the security management team but found no one. The situation seemed hopeless. Robel, Robel. Just then, someone ran up and tapped Robel on the back. New information has come in. The expelled ones might be in a completely different place than we expected. What? The moderate awakeners who had been sunk in despair all lifted their heads at once. The one who ran in informed them with a flushed face. Did you know that a part of the cavalry was here right now? Just before we went to the security management team, a few cavalry members visited there. Is that true? Robel quickly grabbed his shoulder and asked. The cavalry went there? It seems to have been a secret externally, but I found out by eavesdropping on soldiers chatting at the main gate. When those people left, a large number of carriages followed them. Those on them could have been the expelled ones. The awakeners' cases intertwined complexly. Robel's expression too was complicated for a different reason than before. However, he quickly composed himself and nodded with a determined face. Yes, it's worth checking out. It's too dangerous. Have you already forgotten what we saw in the forest? They are the ones who could kill a monster the size of a house on their own. I saw it, but they killed the monsters with that strength, not attacking us. When I spoke to them directly, they didn't seem like those who wouldn't communicate at all. You say that because you don't know they are after us. No matter what others said, Robel had already made up his mind firmly. He deeply exhaled and took in the appearance of his awakened companions. I don't intend to ask you to come with me. First, I'll find out where the cavalry is staying and whether we can enter without being noticed. I'll contact you once a day. But if you don't hear from me even after a week, don't look for me. Go south. Robel, tell the people on my side that I ran out in anger. Try not to be together if possible. Robel gritted his teeth, recalling Nahan he had just seen. He was someone who could do anything, even indirectly, to achieve his will. Thinking of the division of the village that started after his arrival and the current situation, he was literally trembling. Robel left a brief greeting to his companions and turned away. His mind was filled with thoughts of his lost lover. In the days that followed, those working in the mansion of Baron Wilhelm had become as accustomed to Kishir's debauchery as they could. Building towers with the Baron's treasured liquor, playing with it, disregarding dining etiquette, and flirting with the male lover was nothing to them. With his unruly subordinates, he turned the reception room into a playground, laughing and tossing balls, and drunkenly lying on a table and throwing tantrums for his assistant to get him water. Many were speechless, watching him commit accidents that even a 5-year-old noble child wouldn't do. Those who observed were mortified. The Duke continues to act in ways we can't even imagine, so the servants in the annex dislike going there. Is that all? The Duke keeps playing? Yes. With dark circles around his eyes, Baron Wilhelm pressed his throbbing head, staring at the empty liquor collection. Originally, it had contained many precious liquors he had collected since he was young. However, now everything had been ruined by Keshir's hand, leaving nothing behind. Whether an explosion happens or not, I am relieved that I don't care. But with this, I don't know if I am raising a parasite or taking care of a precious imperial family member's body.